Hello and welcome back to Focus Atlanta. Thanks so much for continuing to watch. We're going to close out the show talking about brain health. I'm here with Dr. Michael Smith. Thanks, Dr. Mike, for coming on the show.
Oh, thanks for having me. Let's talk about brain health.
Yes, let's. It's something we don't think about, unless we hear of someone having some issues per se. We don't really think about our own brain health. What should we be doing?
Well, it's funny because the CDC has just shown recently that if, when people get up to age 65 and over, most of us are going to live about another 18 to 20 years. And it's in the late 60s, early 70s, where we really start seeing a drop in cognition and memory. And so we decided to put together kind of a survey that looked at good brain behaviors, things you do, lifestyle things you do that can impact your brain and keep it healthy in the late 60s and early 70s. And if we can do that, your brain's going to be fine, most likely for the rest of your life. So we really want to focus on this because, if you want to live a little longer, that's great, but you got to have a good brain to do it.
Absolutely. And it's good to know that there's something that we could start doing now. That's the other thing that I think that, leaves the back of our mind. We don't recognize that there are things that you could be doing right now to have better brain health.
Yeah, and we're keeping it so simple for everybody. This is not rocket science, you guys. This is what we did. My team looked at information from the CDC, survey of children's health, even looking at Google Trends. And we were able to tease out what are some of the best lifestyle things you could do to support, a healthy brain. Now, it's interesting. Two of these things relate more to babies and children. And I'll tell you what those two are. Number one, breastfeeding. So if you're want to have a family or you're a young mom, breastfeeding your child for at least 9 months leads to better cognitive development, better brain cell development that carries on into later life. So breastfeeding is very important. And then this one I thought was really cool for children that are around age 5, 6, something like that. If you read to them every night, that also helps to activate brain development that lasts a lifetime. So there's two things for kids right there that we think are important. The rest of the stuff on this list, it's not, everybody already knows this. You got to exercise every day, not a few days a week. Every day, you got to get out there. You got to move. You got to breathe. You got to sweat a little bit. We need to eat more fruits and vegetables. We need to make sure we're getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep at night. Meditation and prayer can play a very important role as well. And then, just like with kids, adults that pleasure read. I'm not talking reading for work. We all do enough of that. I'm talking pleasure reading. Also carry on good cognitive development later in life. So those are the parameters we looked at. And then we just ranked all the states based on CDC information, USDA information about, are all the states performing these things? And it turns out, unfortunately, Georgia, you're a little low on the list. Sorry about that. But not shaming.
It's not your fault.
No, and this is not meant to shame. It's not meant to, pick on states that aren't doing as well as others. It's really to be encouraging at the end of the day. So we know these pillars are out there, these things that you could do. And so for Georgia, that's your opportunity. It's your challenge.
Yeah.
Exercise, eating better sleep, all these kind of things can really improve your ranking in this survey.
Okay, and that's really what we need to know. Again, it's not rocket science. It's things that we should be doing anyway.
Right.
Now we just we have an additional reason to do the things that we should be doing anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, now that we know kind of where we're ranked, where can we learn more?
Oh, well, so the whole article and how we developed the survey, how we set up the methodology can all be found at lifeextension.com. And at lifeextension.com, we also have brain health protocols that are all based on rigorous science, research, clinical studies, where you can learn not just more about these lifestyles, but also supplements that may kind of help to fill a nutritional gap that we see because of the way we eat.
Oh, okay. You knew, you were reading my mind. You knew that I was going to ask that because, we see some of those things on the market and we wonder, is that really going to help at all? Could I be taking a supplement? Is there anything that I could do to boost? But you're saying, yes, some of those supplements really do help.
Here's a perfect example. We should be eating more fruits and vegetables. But we know the standard American diet, maybe you get one serving of vegetables a day. You're supposed to have 6 to 7, right? So we're not even close. And so there are supplements that you can take, things like cruciferous vegetable extracts, extracts based on what are called polyphenols, which are antioxidants from plants. You can take those in addition to trying to eat better, right? Food first. But as you're trying to eat better, you can use these supplements to fill in that nutritional gap and see significant improvements. And there's one I want to mention specifically, magnesium. It's so important for not just heart health, but brain health. Magnesium is necessary in the brain to make good, strong brain cells. So supplements can definitely play a role.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm so happy that you came on the show. I just want to thank you for your time. Thank you for the knowledge. Thank you for, pushing us in the right direction. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too. Thank you.
All right, guys, we can do a little something to help our brain health. It's not all over. It's not all said and done with. There are things that we can do. We can keep pushing ourselves in the right direction, take the opportunity to learn more. And thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode of Focus Atlanta. I hope to see you next Sunday here on WUPA.